So this workshop, we welcomed people from city offices, folks from neighborhood associations, experts in technology, and we looked at everything from cut and paste imagining new mobility issues to really hearing about the real needs in some of these communities. In the context of a lot of new technologies being deployed in cities, we want to understand how do we keep our democratic values at heart? How do we make sure that we're developing these technologies, deploying them in cities so that people are informed, engaged, and really have agency in what's happening?
Just seeing the engagement level and getting people to really empathize with what a resident in San Jose would go through in terms of transit from all up and down the socioeconomic ladder. And that ability, I think, is going to be very important as we think about how we create the city we want to live in.
Now I'm much more aware of how complicated, hard it is to many people to get around. And also I'm more aware about the ramifications of that. Not being able to get around and not being able to access to the places where we want to go has very severe implications in our life.
Today we were talking about different mobility devices like bicycling. Maybe some of the youth in our neighborhoods cannot ride their bikes because they're afraid they're gonna get shot. That's something that no one else in different communities is not impacted by. But by us talking about it and bringing it into the forefront, then at least everyone understands that there's a different side of the city that we need to think about. And that when we're dealing with transportation, mobility, different devices, that some of those things may not work in those communities.
Planning is more and more about first identifying where do we want to be in the future and being human-centered about that. And it's what is the quality of life that we're striving for, and being able to define that and then figure out how does technology support us in that. If we lead with what do we want to do with technology, we could lead in all kinds of directions and be totally off in terms of really advancing quality of life.